Starting from last week, there has been a big rumor about a high-ranking Chinese defector who carries top-secret information escaped from China, and he has been working with the US Defense Intelligence Agency (DIA) for months. According to the RedState and SpyTalk, the defector's identity has now been confirmed. His name is Dong Jingwei, a top official in China's Ministry of National Security. The Daily Beast story said that Dong supposedly gave the US information about the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which changed the stance of the Biden administration concerning the origins of the pandemic. But interestingly, China claimed that they had Dong at their hands at the same time. 2 days ago, CCP's Central Political and Legal Committee issued a press release stating that Dong presided a forum and emphasized the importance of catching spies, insiders, and their masterminds behind the scenes. Isn't it confusing? Where is Dong exactly? Welcome to Beyond the News. I'm Faye. Today we'll talk about this highest level defecting story. Now we have the two versions of the story, one from the Western media and the other from the CCP's mouthpiece. Which one is more convincing? Is the defector really Dong? If it's him, what does it mean to the communists of China and the US? A very fascinating story. Stay with me. So the first question is, where is Dong? Is he defected to the US or he's still somewhere in China holding meetings? But who is Dong anyway? Dong is the Deputy Minister of the China National Security, promoted in April 2018. He is or was responsible for the ministry's counterintelligence efforts in China, such as spy catching. According to the RedState, Dong flew to the US in mid-February to visit his daughter at a university in California. When he landed, instead of going to see his daughter, he went to contact DIA officials and told them his plans to defect. Dong then hid in plain sight for about 2 weeks before disappearing into DIA's custody. Let's look at the second version. 3 hours after RedState confirmed Dong's identity, multiple CCP mouthpieces immediately reposted the report on the meeting Dong presided over. It is obvious that CCP was trying to clear up the rumors and show the world that Dong had not left China nor defected. Let's take a close look at all these Chinese reports. What's wrong with them? The weird thing is that there is not a single photo or video clip on Dong on any of these reports. We all know that one picture is worth 1,000 words. It would be the easiest way to refute a rumor by showing one of Dong's present photo or video, right? But there is none. Isn't it bizarre? There is another strange thing, except all the posts or reposts from the committee's article said that Dong is the person who presided over the meeting. However, in the official China News article, they wrote, the relevant person in charge of the Ministry of National Security presided over the forum. So they didn't even mention Dong's name in this article, and this is one of the CCP's biggest mouthpieces. I'm very confused. How about you? Let me know in the comment below. This really makes me wonder, if Dong is in China now, why can't they show a single photo of him to prove it? Unless he is not around. One more thing that seems to be very suspicious is that there is a government official database on the website of the State Council of the Communist Party of China showing resumes of various departments, chief officials, deputy, etc. In other departments, you can see the information, the photos of the minister and deputy ministers. But for the Ministry of National Security, only the minister is there alone. And strangely, the deputy minister information has gone missing. Why did the State Council delete Dong's information? This is super suspicious, don't you think? Also, on the biggest Chinese search engine website, Baidu, if you search for Dong's full name now, you will find most of his information and previous resume has been deleted. Let's just say that Dong is still in position, as the CCP has claimed. Then there is no way that Baidu will dare to delete a deputy minister's info in China. So back to the question, where is Dong now? I think At least, Dong is highly unlikely still in China. Then has Dong really defected? I think it's very likely. There are 4 reasons. Number 1, according to the details of the report, Dong's action made sense for someone at his position. RedState said that Dong went straight to the DIA to avoid being spotted or killed by the CCP spies within the CIA or the FBI. As the Deputy Minister of China's Ministry of National Security, he knew too well of CCP's infiltration in these agencies, so his choice of contacting DIA fit his profile. Number 2, according to the RedState, Dong had given a lot of high-level intels to the US that include a list of CCP spies who are working or studying in America. According to Dong's intel, 1/3 of the international students from China are either part of Chinese military or children of the Chinese government officials. This intel coincided with the Washington Freedom Beacon report. The report said that American intelligence officials had started to investigate Chinese nationals who flew to America ahead of their scheduled flight. These people are under suspicion that they might be Chinese spies. Could Dong's intel be the reason for the US intelligence agencies starting to look into these people? Last, a few days ago, a senior Republican National Committee member, the CEO of Republicans Overseas, Solomon Yu, is backing the claim wholeheartedly. He bet his RNC position on the story and said that he will resign if the report turns out to be false. At this point, if you agree with me and like my analysis, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Here we come to the next question. If Dong really defected, he will be the highest level defector in the history of the People's Republic of China. Then what will it mean to the Communist China and the US or the free world? To understand this, we need to know more about the mystery of China's Ministry of National Security. The Ministry of National Security is China's spy agency, and it is the only government agency which is not open to the public. It is like the FBI and CIA's combined department in the US, only with more unrestricted power in dodgy dealings in China. The whole ministry was set up in 1983, but it only took shape under China's former president, Jiang Zemin. Through Jiang's term, his faction took control of the intelligence apparatus. One of the key figures was Zhou Yongkang, now serving his life sentence in a Chinese jail. Zhou was in the Politburo Standing Committee, CCP's highest decision-making body. He is also the secretary of the Central Political and Legal Affairs Commission, in charge of both the intelligence apparatus and law enforcement agency. While he was in position, he used the Ministry of National Security to set up his own intelligence system to spy on all the mid to high-level government officials, including the then President Hu Jintao and the current President Xi Jinping. From here you can see, China's Ministry of National Security is an important tool for people in power to collect intels on their enemies. Dong has been the deputy minister since 2018. Is it possible he has some juicy intel at hand? Most likely. 2 days ago, China's Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, or CCDI, which is the party's own regulatory body, published an interesting article. It talked about how Communist Party members can never betray the party. It also mentioned an interesting person, Gu Shenzhang. Gu is one of the early leaders of the Chinese Communist Party who was in charge of all the intelligence activities. Since 1928, he has been working closely with PRC's Premier Zhou Enlai and coordinates all the spy activities. In essence, he was in charge of the CCP's security. In 1931, Gu flipped and turned to CCP's enemy, the nationalist government. Gu's action pretty much destroyed the CCP's spy network at that time. In order to avenge Gu's action, the Central Committee issued an emergency notice number 223 and murdered all of Gu's family members and friends. The fact that CCDI brought up Gu's story again, they are clearly using it as a warning to any future Chinese defectors. Now, if Dong has really defected in the US, we should be seeing some more intelligence soon. Or if China really wants to refute this rumor, then let's wait for a post with a recent photo of Dong. Alright, that's all for today. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please don't forget to do so and give me a thumbs up. Thank you for your support. Thanks for watching Beyond the News. I'm Faye. Until next time.